Welcome to IQD Dinar News, your go-to source for the latest updates on currency exchange rates, revaluation news, and insights into the Iraqi dinar. Stay informed and ahead of the curve with our timely analysis and breaking developments. A parallel market involves the trading of goods or currencies outside the channels officially sanctioned by regulatory bodies. Unlike the black market, the parallel market is not inherently illegal but operates in an unregulated environment. This unregulated status can contribute to inefficiencies and disparities in pricing. These measures aim to stabilize the country's economy, control inflation, and prevent excessive capital flight. However, when restrictions become too tight, they create an incentive for individuals and businesses to seek alternative means of conducting currency exchanges, often turning to parallel or black markets for greater flexibility and more favorable exchange rates. A parallel market for currency emerges in such an environment as traders engage in exchanges outside official banking systems. Although these transactions are not illegal in a strict sense, traders may offer a more competitive rate for foreign currency in response to the scarcity created by these restrictions, attracting businesses and individuals who need access to dollars for international trade or personal use. However, the existence of a parallel market for currency can easily transition into a black market scenario when laws or regulations are violated. For instance, if individuals exchange currency at unauthorized rates, engage in smuggling cash across borders, or use false documentation to access foreign exchange, these actions cross the line into illegal territory. The black market, therefore, not only involves clandestine operations but often supports other illegal activities, such as money laundering or financing illicit trade. This connection highlights the blurred line between parallel and black markets, where legal loopholes or regulatory gaps are exploited to circumvent the system. The situation in Iraq is further complicated by the trade of other commodities, such as alcohol and oil, which present unique challenges due to cultural, regulatory, and economic factors. In Iraq, the sale and consumption of alcohol are prohibited by law, reflecting the country's Islamic cultural norms and legal framework. While some regions may enforce these restrictions more strictly than others, the official ban on alcohol inevitably fosters a thriving black market. The country to illegal bars and distribution networks that cater to those willing to pay a premium for otherwise inaccessible products. Smuggling routes for alcohol often overlap with other forms of contraband, such as narcotics, weapons, or counterfeit goods, further intertwining the black market economy. Moreover, the profits generated from the illegal alcohol trade can be substantial, incentivizing criminal networks to invest in expanding their operations. In this way, the black market for alcohol does not merely fulfill a consumer demand but also perpetuates other forms of criminal activity and corruption, which in turn undermine the rule of law and state authority. Furthermore, Iraq's significant oil resources present another area where black market activities are prominent, particularly in the form of oil smuggling. Despite being one of the world's leading producers of crude oil, Iraq faces considerable challenges in managing its oil sector due to a combination of factors, including political instability, corruption, and security concerns. The state-owned nature of Iraq's oil industry means that revenues from oil production are intended to support public services and infrastructure development. However, the presence of a black market for oil undermines these objectives by diverting potential income away from the state into the hands of smugglers and other illicit actors. Oil smuggling typically involves the illegal extraction, transportation, or sale of crude oil and petroleum products, often facilitated by networks that exploit the gaps in border control or the weaknesses in regulatory enforcement. For instance, oil might be siphoned off from pipelines, stolen from storage facilities, or illegally exported to neighboring countries where it can be sold at a higher price. The discrepancies in fuel prices across borders create a lucrative incentive for smugglers, who can capitalize on the price differences to generate significant profits. In addition, the illegal trade in oil may involve falsifying documentation, bribing officials, or utilizing armed groups to secure transport routes, thereby contributing to a broader culture of lawlessness and impunity. The impact of oil smuggling on Iraq's economy is far-reaching, as it not only represents a loss of revenue for the state but also affects the country's energy security. The diversion of oil products from the legal market can lead to fuel shortages, price hikes, and supply disruptions, which in turn affect ordinary citizens and legitimate businesses. Moreover, the funds generated from oil smuggling often finance other criminal enterprises or insurgent activities, exacerbating the country's security problems. As such, the black market for oil not only poses an economic challenge but also has significant social and political ramifications, complicating efforts to stabilize the country and establish effective governance. The intersection of parallel and black markets in Iraq highlights the complexities of regulating economic activity in a country facing numerous structural challenges. The parallel market for currency exists as a response to restrictive controls that limit access to foreign exchange, providing an alternative but unregulated avenue for individuals and businesses. However, when these parallel activities cross into illegal territory, such as in cases of smuggling or fraudulent documentation, they become part of the black market economy. This transition from parallel to black market activity is not merely a theoretical distinction but has tangible implications for Iraq's efforts to combat corruption, stabilize the economy, and restore public trust in state institutions. At the same time, the illegal trade of alcohol and oil smuggling serve as illustrative examples of how the black market can arise in response to bans or state-controlled resources. The ban on alcohol in Iraq reflects cultural and legal norms, but it also creates a demand that is met through illicit channels. This illegal trade operates outside the boundaries of the law, perpetuating a cycle of crime and corruption that is difficult to eradicate. Similarly, the smuggling of oil, a valuable and state-controlled resource, not only deprives the government of needed revenue but also undermines efforts to establish a transparent and accountable oil sector. The illegal trade in both alcohol and oil demonstrates how black market activities exploit regulatory gaps, weak enforcement, and economic incentives to thrive, often to the detriment of the broader society. Addressing these challenges requires a multifaceted approach that goes beyond tightening regulations or imposing harsher penalties. For currency exchange, reforms aimed at easing some of the restrictions while maintaining anti-money laundering safeguards could help mitigate the incentives for turning to parallel or black markets. In the case of alcohol, exploring alternative regulatory approaches, such as limited licensing or taxation, could reduce the scale of illegal trade while still respecting cultural sensitivities. As for oil smuggling, improving border security, enhancing the transparency of the oil sector, and strengthening anti-corruption measures are critical steps in curbing the black market's influence. Ultimately, the issues surrounding parallel and black markets in Iraq underscore the difficulties of balancing regulatory control with economic freedom. In environments where restrictions are perceived as overly burdensome or unjust, parallel markets can emerge as a coping mechanism for individuals and businesses seeking to navigate the system. However, when these markets extend into illegal activities, the consequences for economic stability, public security, and governance can be severe. In Iraq, the challenge lies in finding solutions that address the root causes of black market activity, whether through policy reforms, enhanced enforcement, or broader efforts to foster economic resilience and rule of law. Thanks for tuning in to IQD Dinar News. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. For more updates on the Iraqi dinar and global currency trends, hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. See you in the next video.